Hey, Rod. Well, for your fans back home in Chicago and the people that check you out who don't have access to you, tell them a little bit about yourself on, what made you play bass, the impetus for it, and how you feel about being a young man touring.
Well, the first question was what made me play bass?
Right.
Well, it started from when I was a little boy. I started off playing the drums maybe at the age of 5. My grandfather is a guitar player. A lot of people probably know him, Guitar Jones. He was the first person to actually start playing a double neck Gibson. My dad plays guitar. My uncle plays bass, and actually 2 of my uncles and my cousin. But it was just something about the bass. My dad was trying to teach me how to play guitar. My uncle always made it look cool, so I just always want to be cool. And it's something about that bass that just makes me feel like me. You know, if you take the bass from me, I feel like I ain't a man. So I just love the bass. But as far as this touring stuff, man, it's been a great experience. It's just a great experience. I get the chance to meet a lot of new people, tour, go to a lot of nice places I never even dreamed that I'd be. So I mean, this music is my life.
Well, who are some of your bassing heroes coming up, or some of the guys you look up to, or patting yourself after?
My very, very first bass hero I can say was Maurice Fitzgerald. It started from him on, what record was that? John P. Key's record, the old record, with New Life, and then after that, it went on from Sheree Reed to Tony Russell, to Victor Wooten, Stanley Clark, Marcus Miller, one of my main mentors. And then from there on, it just went on Andrew Boucher. I just started studying a lot of different artists.
So when you're up playing and ministering to the people, what's the feeling that come over you when you see people being saved and brought into the body of Christ?
Well, I be in the midst of getting it myself.
Yeah.
But a lot of times it'd be a blessing, to be able to play and bless someone through my playing. So, I feel good. Sometimes when I'm playing, I don't get fed, but it is a job too. So I do have to play and bless others. If I see somebody's going in, then I know I'm doing my job, and I just stick to what I'm doing. So.
Well, at the age you are now, you're a young man. What do you think about professionalism in the guys that's coming up that you see, that you converse with? Do you feel like professionalism is a fleeting thought, or is it something the young guys are picking up and running with? Well,
all I know is when I was younger, I never thought anything about professionalism. I just wanted to play. So there's a lot of guys that are coming up that don't know that it's an actual business side to music. So it's very, very important that you study music. I went to school for music maybe for like a month or 2. I learned theory and stuff like that. A lot of people don't know I play piano too. That's why it's easy to move fluently. But the main thing is, to maintain a level head in music, and that's a lot of times. See, in this music industry, maybe 30% of it has to do with your playing. You see what I'm saying? So the other 70 is your professionalism. It has to do with networking, the way you carry yourself, your looks, the way you dress, and just how you, conversate amongst others. So.
But let me ask you about being on the road constantly. Is it a drain for your parents, your family, or whoever your significant other is? How that affect you?
Yeah, it really is a drain. So what I had to do, I had to set myself on a set schedule. Like when I'm in town, I have family week, a family day per se. Like basically what that is, 1 day per week. I just devote that just to my family. I have a daughter. When I'm there, I take care of her. Instead of her being in daycare in the morning, if I'm in town, she's with me. Father and daughter time, kind of like that. So it's important to make my relationship with my daughter stronger, that I spend time with her, and vice versa with my family, my mother, my woman, you know, different things like that. But the time has to be spent because it can be very, very, very irritated to be gone.
All right, last question. You travel with a huge ensemble. How important is it, or to get along? You know, how do you find your space, and you put yourself there, and you feel at home in that space?
You mean it with the group?
Right. You know, you tour. Yeah, you tour with a huge ensemble with women. You know, you got women and men. You got different attitudes. You have, some days you can't be happy every day. So, right. How does that work out for you?
Well, I mean, basically, I just learned how to every gig or every group or every artist isn't fit for me, So it was basically I just had to find a particular group to play with that, everybody don't get along with everybody. Sometimes, you might be on a particular hit with a certain artist, and it's just best to stay with yourself. Or, a lot of times after the show, a lot of people go hang out. Sometimes I'm in my room. But when I'm with certain people, that I played with a few times, like Myron Butler Levi, we all like family. It's more than just playing and getting off stage. We all talk among each other. When I'm out with Smokey Norfolk, we go out, and sometimes we go eat at different restaurants after the show or before. Just basically it's about time being spent together. So,
what kind of neck is that on your bass?
It's a maple bird neck or something.
Bird's eye maple.
Bird's eye maple.
Yeah, we just teasing y'all. Just have a small conversation with Lil Rodney in St. Louis in town. He's with Myron Butler.
From him.
Yeah. So we gonna let him go. It's getting late, and I'd like to thank him for this interview.